Hey guys, and welcome to Movie Reviews with Purity Sin, or as I also call them, Minecraft Movie Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing now to see what today's movie is. Well, technically, I guess in Minecraft it's nighttime, so I guess this will work. So let's head inside. So what have you got for us today, almighty book? Watership Down, requested by Devil6442. So let's head to the review room. Let's see. Oops. Just gotta make sure this mic is recording. Alright. I'm gonna start off this review by saying thank you for having me review a movie like this. This movie is gonna be hard to review because it's kind of hard to explain in my opinion. Maybe it's because I'm not British, but this is not gonna be an easy review. So don't think that I'm going to. If I'm too cruel on this movie or too nice on this movie, I'm sorry. But this movie's about rabbits. One of the rabbits has a foreseeing of humans coming and destroying their burrow. So a group of them leave, and it's about their struggle to their new home and what happens in their new home. And honestly, I had seen this movie before in school when I was a kid. And I couldn't remember anything about it other than the rabbits. So I did some research before I actually started watching this movie. And I was actually very surprised. There's a lot of websites about this talking about the theory of this movie. From what I can get is this is a movie on politics, because you see each borough has a different type of politics. The first one's kind of, a laid back group, but it seems like each one they don't want any of the rabbits to leave. Which the third group that they meet is more of a military type one. And I don't understand if it really symbolizes Nazism, what it really symbolizes. But my question is, they mentioned that the burrows are overcrowded. So why don't they just allow a few to leave? I don't really understand it. The artwork in it is excellent. There's a few parts that I don't like. I don't like the bird, which I know a lot of people might say, boo, boo, you don't like the bird. But honestly, his voice annoyed me. But like I said, this is kind of a hard movie to really describe. I mean, if you like animation, and this is a classic, I would say give this a shot. But expect it to be a little trippy. Like one of my friends said, don't ever watch this stoned. Which, going into it, I didn't understand what he meant by that. But seeing the beginning, I think this would freak the shit out of stoners. Which kind of makes me laugh. They tell the story, or I guess what the rabbits see as their god. And their face of death, which is a black rabbit. And that is actually really interesting. I really like that. And I found out there's a sequel to the book that this is based on. Yes, this is another animation based on a book. Something that should happen more often. And honestly, I kind of hope they do a movie to the sequel of the book. Though they're probably never going to do that. Because I don't think this was a very popular movie back when it came out. And let's face it, how many animated movies nowadays are really like this? If you've seen this movie, it doesn't hold back. It's actually very violent. It shows the rabbits fighting, getting torn up, and that's something I don't think you'll see in movies anymore. Animation has gone to kind of a dumbed down level, in my opinion. Yes, we do have the intelligent animations like some Pixar, a couple of the DreamWorks movies, but generally a lot of animation has kind of gone dumb, if you know what I mean. They're not intelligent anymore. Like this movie, you can tell this movie really wasn't made for kids. Well, in a sense it was, and in a sense it's not, because there's a lot of themes the children won't understand, but you would understand. And I'm getting completely off tangent here, but this is what I want to review. More movies like this. This was an intelligent movie. Stop giving me Barbie movies. Stop giving me teen crap. Guys, start requesting this kind of stuff. Thank you so much, Devil, and to the person on Screw Attack who requested this. Which I think they're the same person. But yeah, let me get to the judgment room on this, and you may actually be surprised on the judgment. Oop, walk right into the door. So my judgment for this movie, and I'm going purely on judgment, not because this is a classic animation, not by a long shot. My thoughts on this are the very weird 3. Why am I giving it a 3? It is a classic, but it's one of those movies I think everyone should honestly see and talk about. This is a movie that should be seen and talked about. This isn't because, oh, well, this is a classic movie from the 70s. No, 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 no. This is a movie I want you all to see. I want you all to think about and theorize about. Alright? So I would say, Purity Sin's thoughts, go check it out at least once in your life. And if you want to leave in the comments what you think about the movie, feel free. And if you want to request away. You know I always take requests. So this is Purity Sin out, and thank you for checking out my Minecraft movie review. Another Minecraft review. Let's see what we're going to be reviewing this time. Door close. And this time I'm actually going to have a special guest, because, well, not to spoil what it is, but let's find out. Watership Down by Devil 6442 was the one who requested it. So let's head into the review room. Now I'm going to say right off the bat before we even head into the room, this is going to be a very hard review. This is a very classic movie that I know a lot of people are very protective of, so I'm going to be careful with this one. So this is Watership Down, which I imagine most people have probably seen in school and stuff like that. The movie is basically about a group of rabbits trying to find a new home, because one of the rabbits senses something's going to happen to their original burrow. And what actually happens is man comes and destroys it to build. Big surprise. A central theme in this movie is man. But then again, it was the 70s where man is usually the bad guy. But in this, it's a little confusing, because it shows 3 different burrows, 3 different types of rabbits. The one they came from, which were the naive, they're not going to listen type. The second one, which, here's my major issue. The movie feels like there was a lot cut out. Now, I've not read the book, unfortunately, but I might actually do it. Yeah, I know, it's a crying shame I haven't actually read the book. It seems like there were chunks of this movie cut out. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but with the second burrow, one of the rabbits says, "I smell madness, and that you will all die here." Well, what does he mean? They don't kind of show you why. It seems the rabbits are hiding something. And it doesn't really show what they're hiding. I kind of want to know more about that burrow and find out really what they were planning. But they leave. After getting caught one of the rabbits gets caught in a trap. And he gets free, thankfully. The rabbit doesn't die, though it seems like he really should have, because he's got blood coming out of his mouth. But they free him and they leave. So my question is, why do they smell madness? What is it that happened in that burrow? What happened to those other rabbits? Why didn't they go into detail into telling us what happened? Is there maybe a cut of this movie that does show it that I need to find? Because I saw the theatrical cut of it. If anyone knows, leave that in the comments if you've read the book. And, alright, well, they find their burrow, and this is going to contain spoilers because I imagine most people have watched this. They do find a burrow up on a hill, which is great, but there's one problem. There's no female rabbits, so they're not going to be able to breed and have more rabbits. So they have to go looking. First, they try to rescue some rabbits from a hutch in a farm. Doesn't go very well, Those rabbits end up being caught again, and one of the main rabbits almost gets killed. And I'm sorry, I don't remember their names. They had weird little names. That's fine and good. I guess it's supposed to show what happens to, they're just little white rabbits that they don't get to keep. So they find out about another burrow with a more of a military type of feel to it. I'm guessing this was all political. That's what I've heard anyway, is this movie is really heavy on politics, which I can see because each of the leaders of each of the burrows is different. The first one's kind of naive and doesn't listen and ends up getting the entire burrow killed. Second one is kind of a stoner. I really can't... I'm thinking the gas that one of them mentions might have been what was causing him to act like that, but he's kind of the tricky hiding something. At least that's what I got from him. The second one is the military, I will kill you if you do not do as I say type. So they managed to rescue a few rabbits from there, and the leader of that one comes hunting them. Now, I'm not going to say what happens after that, but I'm going to say, in my theory on this movie, is yes, it's politics, and I want more movies like this. This is what a kid's movie should be. They make both the adults think and the children think. You might not realize it seeing this movie when you're a little kid, but seeing it when you're older makes you think, which not a lot of movies are like that anymore. A lot of the kids' movies nowadays are very dumb, very direct. Like, shiny object goes this way. Shiny object needs to save this. That's it. There's not a lot of deep thinking, which is a problem. Now, I believe this one also showed the cruelty of mankind, things like that. Something basically all 70s movies did, animated did. Ooh, mankind is really, really bad. Yeah, we've gotten that, thank you. And plus it's hand-drawn, and I have a soft spot for hand-drawn animation. But yeah, this is a movie. Let's go to the review room, because I think I could talk probably about an hour on this, but I want your guys' opinion in the comments on this movie. I want you all to give me a comment. So let's go see what my thoughts are. What score will I give this movie? Now, does my guest want to say anything about Watership Down?
I think that in each borough, they should have changed the animation. The meek and mild one should have had bright colors. The military one should have had reds and more angry type colors. I think that they didn't consider each of the communities, making them stand out on their own, nor did they bring more of the story to light. I do recommend reading the book. It is a bit tedious, but it does explain a lot more. I'm not going to give any spoilers out. We will also talk about the political part. Mankind, you do understand, is they have this fight or flight syndrome. Their gut feeling tells them something is wrong. There's no explanation needed. They take flight.
Yeah, but if you're talking about the scene with the rabbits in the second burrow, only the main rabbit that can kind of see what's going on, see the rabbit of death and stuff, he's the only one that's saying, you're all gonna get killed if you're staying here. This is a stupid idea, and all the other rabbits are going, this is a perfectly fine burrow. It's a little empty, but there's fresh food given by the humans.
Okay, again, he's foreseeing the future.
Come a little closer so they can...
He's foreseeing the future. He has a gift, I guess, if you want to call it that he can foresee that there were rabbits there before. The humans aren't to be trusted, because what do humans do with rabbits? rabbits, they either raise them for pets or they raise them for food or clothing or whatever. He saw something, but like human nature, again, bring it to man's point of view. What happens if you're in a group of people and somebody says they want to do something and you don't? You flight, you move, you don't listen, you poke at it. Okay, if nobody else sees what you see, then you get upset. That's what happened here. He was telling people what he felt and what he saw, and nobody was listening. If they would have stayed, most likely knowing humans, and we know, they would have all been killed.
They all would have been trapped. But I think there was something else with those rabbits. Because the way the main rabbits seemed and the way they were brushing off the beliefs of, the other rabbits, and just the way they were acting, I think the rabbits themselves were hiding something, that they might have also done something to kill off all the others of the burrow.
I believe there was some friction. It was a coup. They were trying to take over. They didn't,
No, not take over. I think, well, maybe. I don't know, maybe it could have been something with rabies or something might have happened where they had gone mad or something. Because he seemed like he was insane. He honestly seemed like he might have been insane. Maybe rabies had gotten out or something. Because that would have really explained why all the traps are around to catch the rabbits. To get rid of, the rabies.
I don't know if I would have blamed rabies. I just think it was man. Man did it. He watched all his fellow rabbits being killed, taken, what have you. He might have gone mad.
Yeah, because it seemed like he wanted those rabbits to be, the ones that came, to be,
His family again.
not the family so much as you guys get killed and we'll be fine type of thing. Because when the other rabbits captured, he's pretty much tells his entire group, we'll stay here, you guys go do what you want. We're not going to help. So
Right, because he's watched so much, he's seen, he's observed so much. So he's keeping what's left of his people safe. He figures the newcomers will be taken, and he, again, equate that with zombies coming, okay? Somebody makes a deal with the head zombie. Don't attack me and my people, and we'll keep giving you fresh meat.
yeah, there was something up with the humans always giving them carrots and stuff. There was something very strange. I'm wondering if the hutch rabbits may have come from that burrow.
But then, I don't know. Read the book. It explains a lot more, but understand it's going to take some reading.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would do the sequel. Anyway, yeah, this is turning out into a long review, guys, but this is one of those movies where we've just got to talk about it. So I'm finally going to give my my rating for this movie. And then I expect you guys that have seen it to comment in the comment box about what you think. And if you want to join me for Friday night stream, or we might do one tonight, we'll go more into talking about this. So what's my thoughts on it? This is purely the movie itself, and not the fact it's a classic. But I think it deserves 4. It's a little confusing, but the fact is the movie is something that makes you think. It makes you talk, it makes you think. And because of that, I think it deserves at least a 4. Maybe a 3.5, but it's a little hard to give a 3.5 block. So, this is Purity Sin, and I cannot wait to read your comments. I'll see you guys next time for Minecraft movie reviews. And remember, if you've got a house you want me to review in, or if you've got a movie you want me to review, leave it in the comments, and I promise I will try to review it. Thank you all for watching.